Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. The sun had barely kissed the London skyline when GMB's studios trembled. It wasn't just another morning in front of the cameras. Today felt electric, as though something unseen was stirring behind the bright lights and polite banter. On the monitors, a BBC clip played. It was a montage. Quick cuts, stern music, and a voiceover that wound into something dark and accusatory. It was about Donald Trump. But this wasn't the Trump people remembered. This was a version stitched together, a narrative that many said twisted his words. As the segment ended, GMB anchors exchanged uneasy glances. On air, Susanna Reid tried to steady her voice. "A serious allegation has emerged," she began, that BBC Panorama edited Trump's January 6 speech in a misleading way. Words were spliced, context was lost, and now the BBC has apologized, but is that enough? Instantly, the studio was alive with reaction. A furious Richard Madley leaned forward, his eyes blazing. They took two parts of his speech, torn almost an hour apart, and mashed him together as if he was inciting violence, he barked. "That is not reporting, that's manipulation." Susanna raised a hand, her calm cracking. "But we don't know why they did it. Was it an innocent mistake? A poor editorial decision? We weren't in the room." Outside the studio, viewers were already ablaze. Across social media, the word apologize trended. Fans of Trump and critics of the BBC alike demanded more than a mere regurgitated mea culpa. Some called it a sham, others a cosmetic fix to diffuse legal danger. In nearby pubs and coffee shops, conversations turned heated. "They've lost their way," one man muttered, shaking his head. "The BBC used to be the gold standard." Another, a staunch supporter of Trump, slammed his phone down. "They've damaged their reputation. They should grovel." Within the corridors of the BBC building, things weren't any calmer. Behind closed doors, executives scrambled. A leaked internal memo revealed that Michael Prescott, a former editorial standards advisor, had warned that the editing was misleading. Two top bosses, the Director General and the head of news, handed in their resignations. The BBC's chair, Samir Shah, stepped forward with a trembling statement. He apologized for the error of judgment. He still defended the corporation's integrity, insisting it wasn't a case of deep-rooted bias. Back in the GMB studio, the tension crackled through every second of live broadcast. They replayed the edited clip, and then, side by side, the original words as Trump had said them. "We're going to walk down to the Capitol. I'll be there with you." Versus, "We fight like hell." The split screen was damning, a visual demonstration of how much had been rearranged and how easily meaning could shift. Viewers gasped. Some stared dumbfounded, others clenched fists, muttering about fairness, about distortion, about the danger of powerful media reshaping reality. Suddenly, an alert flashed on Susanna's teleprompter. Live feedback. She read tweets aloud. "This isn't journalism, it's propaganda. BBC must face justice." How many more speeches have they doctored? Across the UK, Conservative MPs piled on. The Culture Minister publicly backed the apology, calling it right and overdue. But even with the apology and resignations, the call remained: apologize, not just to Trump, but to the public. In the heart of the firestorm, former UK Prime Minister Liz Truss made an explosive public statement supporting Trump's legal threat against the BBC. Meanwhile, Nigel Farage, ever the provocateur, claimed Trump had confided in him, saying, "Is this how you treat your best ally?" By the time GMB signed off that morning, the studio lights felt colder, the air heavier. What had started as a discussion about a documentary clip had exploded into a full-blown crisis, not just for the BBC, but for trust in journalism itself. As viewers turned off their TVs, the hashtag Apologise BBC still glowed red on their screens. The demand was simple, raw, and loud, a genuine reckoning, not just a public relations bandage. Somewhere in a boardroom or a back office, someone pressed send on a message, a legal team, lawyers, a letter. The battle lines were drawn, the world watched, and the question lingered. Would an apology ever be enough?